Why is it said that the most terrifying period in the history of the Earth? It wasn't the extinction of the dinosaurs. It wasn't an ice age, but this era that even has a name like hell, where the ocean is boiling magma. Iron rain falls in the sky. There are only 6 dreadful hours in a day. Any living thing vaporizes in 0.1 second. Here's the ancient curse. A dark age where the earth would tremble at the sound of it. 4.60 billion years ago, Earth wasn't even a blue planet. It's a red ball of fire. Surface temperatures up to 1,200 degrees Celsius, hotter than lava. The entire planet is a sea of tumbling lava. What's even scarier is a little star falls from the sky every few minutes. The largest impact directly knocked the Earth out of a moon. That collision was as powerful as 100 million Hiroshima atomic bomb. The Earth was torn apart in an instant. Fragments fly into space, finally condensed into the moon we see. And on the Earth of the Mingyu curse, no solid fixation at all. It's not solid ground under your feet. It's an ocean of hot magma, hundreds of kilometers deep. This lava ocean is like a never-ending boiling soup pot. The temperature is maintained between 1,200 and 1,700 degrees Celsius. At this temperature, iron flows like water. The rocks will melt like cream. And here's what's even scarier. The depth of this magma ocean has reached an astonishing 1,000 kilometers. It's like stacking up 3 MTs. Everest, all sinking into this sea of fire. But that's not the worst part. Look up at the sky. You will find an even more terrifying sight. The atmosphere was filled with toxic gases. We had 10,000 times more CO2 than we have today. There's tons of methane, ammonia and hydrogen sulfide. These gases mix together to form a thick orange-red cloud. The layer shrouded the entire planet in an eerie light. And because the Earth rotates so fast, a day is only 6 hours long. This means that the sun rises and sets every 3 hours. The frequency of day and night is 4 times what it is now. In this hellish world, lightning is 100 times stronger than it is now. Thunder can shatter rocks, and volcanic eruptions are commonplace. On average, dozens of volcanoes erupt simultaneously every hour, spraying hot lava and toxic gases into the air. Imagine that. Standing on an Earth like this, you would simultaneously experience a superhot roast, toxic gas erosion, violent lightning strikes, and constant shaking of the ground. It's a true portrayal of hell. However, the real disaster has only just begun because the solar system was still in a state of chaos and disorder. Lots of asteroids, comets, and other celestial debris are hurtling through space. They're like cannonballs out of control, crashing into the young Earth day and night, according to scientists. In the early days of Mongolian mantra, on average, there's one impact every 100 years that could wipe out entire continents. Each impact releases the energy equivalent of millions of nuclear bombs exploding simultaneously. These impacts do more than just destroy. Unimaginable heat. Every time an asteroid with a diameter of 10 kilometers hits the Earth at a speed of 20 kilometers per second, the temperature at the impact point will instantly soar to tens of thousands of degrees Celsius, hotter than the surface of the sun. The whole Earth will shake violently. The resulting shockwave can travel all over the planet, trigger a global earthquake and tsunami. But here's the irony. These tsunamis are not waves. It's a magma wave, thousands of meters high. They swept the surface, devour everything. The impact also raises a huge cloud of dust, blinding the sun. These dust clouds contain extensive rock fragments, metal particles, and toxic substances. They're suspended in the atmosphere. turning an already dark sky even darker. Sometimes a particularly violent impact could plunge the entire planet into darkness for months or even years. But even in the dark, the temperature at the surface is still terribly high because of the heat accumulated inside the Earth. Too much in such an extremely harsh environment. An unexpected turn came about 4.40 billion years ago. Comets made of sailors began to hit the Earth frequently. These comets are coming from the edge of the solar system, carrying vast amounts of frozen water. They hit the Earth's surface at a staggering speed of over 60,000 kilometers per hour. These sailors were exposed to the extreme temperatures created by the impact. It's too late to melt into a liquid. It's direct vaporization. In an instant, billions of tons of water vapor soared into the sky, formed a huge mushroom cloud. This water vapor rises rapidly into the sky, mixed with an atmosphere already filled with toxic gases. Do you think the arrival of water will bring hope to the Earth? Quite the contrary. He made the area even crazier because this water vapor rises into the sky, encounter a relatively cold atmosphere, start cooling condensation. The most spectacular and terrifying rainfall in the history of the Earth. It's about to begin. How exaggerated is this rain? He's been down for millions of years, maybe even as long as 10 million years. Imagine that. Continuous torrential rain. It pours down 24 hours a day for millions of years. What is this concept? The entire history of human civilization is only a few thousand years old. But what's even scarier is this rain is no ordinary rain. It's extremely corrosive, acid rain. Because as it falls, water droplets interact with sulfur dioxide in the atmosphere. Hydrogen sulfide and other toxic gases undergo chemical reactions. It also absorbs the dust from asteroid impacts, metal particles and other chemicals in the cloud. These substances mix together to form a strong acid solution with an extremely low pH. This kind of acid rain is hundreds of times more corrosive than the acid rain produced by modern industrial pollution. If you think this acid rain is going to build up into puddles, that would be a big mistake, because the surface temperature at this time is too high, up to hundreds of degrees Celsius. When acid rain falls on the hot surface, they make loud noises. Instant heat, evaporation, becomes water vapor again and rises to the sky. Then cool down at high altitude, condensed into raindrops, land again, evaporate again, and it happens over and over again. It's a perpetual cycle of terror. Imagine this picture. Above the hot surface, acid rain pours down. Every drop of rain that falls on the ground stirs up a cloud of white steam. The entire planet was blanketed in a thick layer of water vapor and sour fish. Visibility is almost zero. The pungent smell of sulfur and acidity filled the air. Thunder and lightning flickered wildly in the clouds, illuminated this chaotic world. This is the daily scene of the Mongolian curse Earth. So when will this nightmare rain stop? There is only one answer. Cool the Earth. But how do you cool a planet with a surface temperature of hundreds of degrees Celsius? It takes time. It takes a long and desperate time. Scientists estimate that we need to get the surface temperature to drop below 100 degrees Celsius, where water is stable in liquid form. It will take at least a few million years. During this long cooling process, the Earth has undergone countless changes. The frequency of asteroid impacts is gradually decreasing. The intensity of the volcanic eruption is gradually decreasing. The crust begins to cool and hardens. Water vapor levels in the atmosphere are getting higher and higher. The air pressure is getting higher. It has even reached dozens of times the current atmospheric pressure of the Earth. In this high-pressure environment, even if the temperature exceeds 100 degrees Celsius, water can also exist in liquid form. Finally, about 4 billion years ago, a historic moment arrived when the surface temperature dropped below the tipping point. The acid rain that falls no longer evaporates instantly. It starts to settle on the surface. At first, it was just small puddles on lower ground. But as the rain continued, these puddles slowly expand, merge into a stream. Streams merge into rivers. The river eventually flows into the low-lying basin floor. These pools of water are still acidic. The temperature is still high, but they are liquid water. They accumulate in low-lying areas. It gets bigger and bigger, deeper and deeper. Hundreds of thousands of years. Millions of years have passed. The first truly pristine ocean on Earth has finally formed. The emergence of pristine oceans marked a fundamental shift in the Earth's environment. The oceans begin to regulate the surface temperature, absorb carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, let the atmosphere gradually become thinner. Acid and acidity are also slowly decreasing because the acid is drunk by the seawater. And here's the thing. The ocean holds the potential for future life. Although the ocean temperature at this time is still as high as 70 to 80 degrees Celsius, almost boiling, the water is a cloudy brown or green, filled with various minerals and chemicals. But compared to the previous magma oceans, this is already heavenly progress. In the depths of this pristine ocean, in those deep-sea hot nights known as black soot, near the vent, complex chemical reactions are taking place quietly. From now on, this once purgatory planet finally survived the darkest period of ancient mantras. After hundreds of millions of years of disasters, after chaos and destruction, he is about to enter a whole new era, the Archean, a time when life is about to be born, and all this changes. It actually originated from that terrible rain that lasted for millions of years. Who would have thought? It was this sour fish that seemed to destroy everything, finally brought the source of life to the earth. This may be the most amazing part of nature. After the most extreme destruction, the greatest creations often come.